Hey, welcome back to Wise Guys BBQ Podcast. I'm left side. It's my man, Vin Pacaro, the strong side. And we got a lot of stuff to go over today, buddy.
Welcome, everybody. Welcome back. I know, this has been great. We've been having a blast. 4th of July was terrific.
Beautiful.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever get rid of my hangover, which is okay. I'm okay. I'm okay with that. So,
I have had a hangover since 88, I believe. So I don't even know if you can call it a hangover anymore. It might just be straight alcoholism at this point. I don't know.
Yep.
Kidding, guys.
Did we ever talk about the Bush Apple beer?
We didn't, but we should because, man.
Guys, go out and buy that if you can find it. It is a treat. Tough to find. There's limited supplies at liquor stores. You have to get there like beginning of the month, or if you know somebody, they'll tuck some aside for you. But my 19-year-old turned me on to it.
God bless you, Luke.
And wow, is it good? It's apple juice and it's intoxicating. So get some and get a hangover like mine. I think that with my diabetes and the and the sugar and
Any more
the
problems
booze,
we want to?
woo, it really sends me for a loop. But no,
Stuff was
good.
great. I mean, I'm not a big hard cider guy.
Yeah.
You know, that type of stuff. But this, it wasn't overpowering, wasn't too sweet. I mean,
No, it was good.
yeah, it tastes like apple beer.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what else
I
to
mean,
say
I
to it,
couldn't make the
but-
decision until the 10th, but I figured it out. 9 to 10, I said, this is good. And I have some. I can't even take it. My son locked me down. So we got a 12 pack. That's all we could find. And we drank it. And luckily, we found another 30 rack, which he's taking on a little trip. He's coming up, they're going to New Jersey. He's going to take it with him. So we're not going to see that either. But get some of that. That's fun. But so we've been cooking like fiends around here. I mean, 4th of July cookout was awesome. This weekend, my wife is treating me to a little belated birthday party, so she's getting some lobsters and steamers, and we're going to cook that up. And it was a great. And Tommy the
I was going to ask you. I know we'd mentioned it going in, but how did that pizza turn out?
Yeah, fantastic. His daughter, Alie, came down and did it with him. Tommy loves making pizza, but Alie is the queen of grilled pizza, and it's a simple reason why. She's got 2 kids. And but what she loves about it, she has the kids help, right? So they crush the San Marzano tomatoes, and they take the olives and they break them up, and they take the onions after she skins them and they break them up because they're young kids. But they can do all that while she's getting things ready. And then they just use this like flat pizza skin, which I think comes pre-grilled. But regardless,
I know what you're talking about.
They dress it
got
up.
the grill marks on it.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. And you throw. But what's great is it's kind of soft, right? So you get it on a nice 425 degree grill, and you do 5 minutes, spin it 5 minutes, and the thing is fantastic, crispy. It's great. And actually, that's what we did this week. So, he brought in Alie, and I said, this would have been great if you wanted your daughter to do this. You could have did this for Father's Day, but we missed it. But next time we'll do that again. But it was a real sweet, filming episode. It was real good pizza too, so it worked out really well. Just a lot of cooking going on, which one of our wise guys, Bob Bowman, actually threw me.
Big Bob.
Yeah, he threw me an idea. He's like, hey, you know what you should do? You should check out some of the competition ancillary cooks, because one of the things that he and other competitors do is they'll search around podcasts like this for possibilities of ideas, because it'll be the topic will be chicken wing, or it'll be hot dog, or it'll be anything brisket, but then be creative and come up with some ideas, because it's all about creativity. He was telling me past weekend was the Rhode Island State competition.
Correct.
With the CBA. So there was an ancillary in that CBA competition. It was anything sausage, and Scott McDonald from Sticks and Stones Barbecue cooked a sausage Wellington.
Excuse me?
Yep, it's going right up here. I'm gonna have it go right up in the wall here. You got to look at it. Imagine, right? Tommy has his unbelievable beef Wellington that he made and killed, but sausage Wellington is, and it didn't. Funny enough, I don't think it took first prize in sausage, but this picture. You look at it; it's just delicious looking. Good job, Scott. Way to be
Looks
creative.
amazing.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. You got to be creative in things.
Well, we need to find out what won it. If that didn't win it, we need to find out what won it. That's crazy.
Help us out, folks. Tell us who won ancillary sausage at the Rhode Island State Ancillaries.
Yeah, I've always been. I say always. I mean, as when I did ancillary. For some reason, I just like the fact that I feel like it really tests the cook with his creativity.
Sure.
And you really get to see what they think, whether they're thinking outside the box or they're just mailing it in or what. And I think ancillary is a great thing. So hopefully we can throw out some decent ideas for everybody.
Well, to kick this off, I kind of thought about hot dogs, right? Because July 17th is National Hot Dog Day. So I said, hey, how many times do we have hot dog ancillaries and what's some cool cooks for that? And actually, quite often, I guess, because I know last year alone, up at Cora Kears, the kids' queue cooked a hot dog. It was, I don't think it was a specific hot dog. I don't know if it was the Maine's specific hot dog or not, but it was a hot dog. And they were cute as hell because they had a hot dog octopus where they put spaghetti all in the hot dog, so it looked like all these tentacles. Yeah. And somebody had actually put the googly goo eyes, those eyes.
Yes, I do. I have them sometimes.
I can't do my Christopher Walken's, but googly goo. They had those on the hot dogs. They were just cute as hell. And that's the fun side of it. And then the serious side of it is our friend Bill at Smoking Hogs did a brisket hot dog at the Jack last year.
This is becoming
a
legend in barbecue, this idea that Bill pulled off.
Yeah, he pulled. I mean, he's a great cook. And then that's what I'm sure got him the award. But, you got people when it goes into I don't think that was a hot dog ancillary there. I think that was a chef's choice. And usually Jack Daniel's chef choice, you got people going out with all kinds of exotic food, super expensive things, that they're flying down with and stuff, the lobsters and all the crazy meats, tomahawks and such. And here comes Bill. And we had him on the show and he told us not exactly what he spent, but more or less where the budget was for this thing. And I think for like a $30 budget, he did a brisket hot wiener Rhode Island hot dog, and he won it.
And he killed it. He went totally the opposite. Went as simple as you can get for the most part, and killed it. Sometimes simple's better. Let's face it.
Absolutely. So, some notes that I pulled up here. I go here. Here's something that can be conceived: bacon wrapped mac and cheese dog. You can get there, right? Tommy did a grilled cheese hot dog where
so good.
Smashed it on the grill. It was fantastic. So I guess you wrap that thing with some bacon, top it with some mac and cheese, and you're there. That's pretty in the wheelhouse. Spiced Korean barbecue dog, again, very very typical, common flavoring of things. You usually see them on chicken wings, but elote street dog, I like that. Have you ever seen any of those? So elote street food becomes very common with corn. So think of Mexico, think about street food, think about, boiled corn, and then they take all kinds of different flavorings and such, and they roll it in it, and then they'll roast them, they'll fry them. It just gets nuts. So a lot of good flavors with that. They actually have like a street and go down, you eat corn all day, but you never eat the same piece of corn twice. You have that with
so it's like a Mexican street corn around a hot dog.
Yeah, think of a spicy kind of a dog, or maybe even corn, on there somehow.
Sure.
Maybe
version of the corn
dog, right?
Corn dog, yeah.
And then the barbecue brisket dog, which we talked about with Bill, and then pimento cheese and jalapeno dog.
In our travels, we saw down south a pimento cheese sandwiches and spread is like all over the place down there.
So buy me a new asshole because
new sphincter.
This thing's gone. This one, if I'm going to be eating stuff like this for another 60 years, this thing's.
Might as well just schedule my next heart attack for 2026.
Do it on the off season, will you? As if. But there's a lot of great ideas with hot dogs, and trending. Paige brought it to our attention. Trending also. I mean, it's not going to be used in a competition but hot dog towers. I mean, I'm imagining these things are like stacked like Jenga towers, you know, when you pull out your hot dogs, or maybe a little pyramid of hot dogs that you dress as you take them.
A little smokies, they consider those a hot dog.
What's a little smoky?
They're like those cocktail wieners.
Well, I don't know. They must. What else?
It's kind of a hot dog sausage type.
Yeah, but you can eat thousands.
If you
of
put
those.
a little roll on it, it's a hot dog. I mean,
when you get those little rolls. I've seen you eat the little corns the long way.
I don't eat it the long way. Oh boy!
But so what do we have in Rhode Island? We have the Rhode Island soggy or
the soggy, which has the skin on it that snaps when you bite into it, and then we have the
and that's a beef dog, I think, right?
I don't know.
You don't know?
Who knows what's in a hot dog, really?
Yeah.
Then we have that, and then we have the traditional, the Rhode Island. They call it the New York system wiener, but I don't know if they exist in New York, but they exist in Rhode Island.
Rhode Island,
which is just the smaller, thinner hot dog with the meat sauce and raw onions and celery salt and that type.
Yeah.
Give me 4 all the way, and a mousetrap.
And a mousetrap, absolutely. So yeah, hot dogs are up there. The other very commonplace ancillary is chicken wings. We talked about it.
A lot you can do with that.
Yeah, there is.
I saw one of the things was the Thai peanut.
Yep.
The smoked wings with the Thai peanut sauce on it.
Now,
Nice.
That gets a little hot, right? They get a little.
Thai peanuts are usually spicy.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Mixed with the sweetness of the peanut butter type.
There's a Jamaican jerk pineapple wing.
Again, spicy. But you can regulate the heat.
Yes.
With the peppers you use.
Yep. And then I see here, which I can imagine to be delicious, maple bourbon bacon wings.
Anytime you put maple bacon bourbon together, you probably put it on an old shoe and it'd be good.
Yeah.
But yeah, that sounds fantastic.
You know what I saw? Not the bourbon, but I saw the maple and the bacon was in a Bloody Mary once. They took a heavily salted piece of bacon,
almost candied bacon,
because of the maple, and they put that in a bourbon. In a Bloody Mary.
Yeah,
and I was like,
remember where I've gotten that.
Oh my goodness!
Might be the Roadie Hen. If you guys have ever been to Roadie Head for breakfast, they have one in East Providence, one in Pawtucket. They have some creative Bloody Marys there, amongst other things. But yeah, check it out. I mean, ancillary. I mean, would brisket be in an ancillary?
Well, yeah, I was just going to go there simply because on July 12th, KCBS Connecticut Barbecue Challenge is having their competition, and their ancillary is anything brisket. So now, what do you do, right? You got to be creative with that.
Because you're already turning in your brisket, so I mean that's a valid test right there.
Yes and no. I don't know what their meats are. I think they're 3 meats, and they might leave brisket off.
Maybe.
Right, so I don't know, and that's probably why they throw it in as an ancillary. I don't know. I didn't get deep.
Taking that out of as a main and put in an ancillary.
Right, exactly.
Okay.
So,
all right, we have to look into that. We don't know the answer to that one. Somebody wants to give us a shout out,
or not. It's okay. It's okay. Have fun. We'll find out. I'm sure it's going to be delicious. But some common ones: brisket burnt ends with mac and cheese, with a bomb. Okay. So let's read a little bit about what this bomb is. We got a rich, creamy smoked mac and cheese stuffed inside a ball of brisket. Burnt ends, lightly breaded and then flash fried for a crispy outer layer. Serve with a drizzle of white barbecue sauce and garnish with a pickle, red onions for brightness. This handheld flavor bite would wow both judges and crowds.
So that would be that white barbecue. So would that be the Alabama sauce?
Yes, I would think so. So there you go, which Tommy makes a fantastic Alabama sauce.
He does.
And I'm wondering how you make that brisket.
Say that again.
ball.
I'm trying to picture.
Yeah. So a rich, creamy, smoked mac and cheese stuffed inside a ball of brisket burnt ends. So you got some burnt ends, and you got to cut them like burnt ends, and you put it in. You must have to form a ball, and then you lightly bread it and flash fry it for a crispy outer layer. I'm thinking of Scotch egg.
Yeah.
Going in the direction of Scotch egg. Serve with a drizzle of white barbecue sauce and a garnish of red onions for brightness. Yeah, for brightness.
Brightness.
Yeah, I want one.
I do too.
Where's Where's Paige?
Where's the Paige, you want to get on that?
I like this one, and I would again love to. So we have some guests in our studio this week, and he's a retired sushi chef. So there's a brisket sushi roll. Brisket slice rolled with sushi rice, avocado, pickle, cucumber topped with a smoky soy reduction and crispy shallots. A great fusion entry presented in a traditional sushi tray with chopsticks and wasabi mayo. I don't even know if you could, well, I don't know about ancillaries, but, you know, when you turn in your meats, it's like box, maybe garnish, but box, no garnish. How can you, I don't think you can put chopsticks in there. So,
Probably not.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
Who knows? This is an ancillary. Sometimes the rules are a little different.
Yeah. I mean, most of these are the fun ones, right?
Yeah. I mean, that looks like you almost have to have the chopsticks just to finish it off, right? I mean, get the whole experience.
Yeah, exactly.
You know?
Exactly. So there's one more on here that just can't miss with me. The brisket Cuban slider. So I'm a Cuban slider. Well, I'm not slider. So I'm a Cuban sandwich guy all day long.
Me too.
And you got a mini Cuban sandwich with the brisket, replacing the roasted pork, layered with ham, Swiss cheese, pickles, yellow mustard, pressed on a slider roll. Oh goodness,
so good.
Brush the top with melted butter and everything bagel seasoning for a unique finish.
The everything bagel seasoning. Wow,
Yeah,
that's a great idea.
That is a great idea.
Yeah, that's different.
You're gonna have to get me some of that.
Yep.
And that's really what we have for food items. There was one other interesting one, which happens. I've seen it happen now and again. So they do a cocktail.
Really?
So cocktail could be the ancillary, and yeah, that gets to be super creative because what's amazing about the cocktails is not just the ingredients and the flavor profile that you're going for, but it's also I'm gonna say decoration, but the garnishes become this amazing product of what they're making, right? They might have a 3-inch tall shot glass with things hanging off the rim, or they have just a nice Collins glass filled with garnishes that kind of tip it over the edge.
Sounds good.
And, I like margaritas. I like tequila. I'm a margarita guy. So my first one I picked out here was a spicy honey barbecue margarita. Sweet heat margarita with barbecue honey glaze, fresh lime, and chili salted rim. Creative twist, rim the glass with crushed barbecue potato chips and garnish with grilled jalapeno slices. So I do like that because, when you get to the margarita piece, you're going to be, I'm going to have 2 or 3 of them. So you want to have something that's a little spicy and is refreshing.
2 or 3.
And it's fun to have the rim be the obstacle there to get through. It's fun.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, excellent. I like number 3 here. The grilled pineapple mezcal mule.
Yeah.
So you got your mezcal and ginger beer mixed, infused with grilled pineapple juice. What came off the top of my head was our boy Ty Law's grilled pineapple vodka.
Yes, which was fantastic.
Which I think you could probably easily substitute in here for the mezcal or whatever. But yeah, this served in a copper mug with torched pineapple wedge and a smoked sea salt. That sounds fantastic to me.
Yeah.
A very good mezcal with the ginger beer cocktail. That sounds refreshing.
Absolutely. And then another one I noted, I don't know if I ever tasted anything like this, but why I noted it was something I saw on a bartender's YouTube show or something. It was brisket washed old fashioned, right? So the one I saw was an old fashioned, and what was really unique about it is, they made it like a traditional old fashioned. They put a sphere of ice in there, but in the actual bourbon that they used to make the old fashioned, they first took some Wagyu brisket fat. So they had made a Wagyu brisket. They took the fat, they poured it into the bourbon. They put it in a freezer overnight, reduced all the actual fat pieces out of it, and remained behind was the liquid fat in the bourbon. And what that provides you with is the opportunity when you can now take it and smoke it. So they had this little wooden block screen, some smoke chips, torch the top, drive the smoke into the glass, and then you take the top off and it smokes. So that's the wonderful, smoke.
Hooray.
But the fat in the bourbon actually keep it in a situation where it tastes delicious. You taste the smoke throughout the drink, which is great. So yeah, I would brisket washed. I can only imagine getting some smoke in there as well. It'd be terrific. I want to make one of those.
Yeah, these all sound really delicious.
Yeah. Smoked watermelon gin fizz. You're not a gin guy, are you?
No, I'm not allowed to drink gin anymore. They turn into a monster.
I do remember that.
You recall that? You were on that board that voted me out.
Yep. I was the one hanging the posters on the
Possibly.
on the telephone poles.
Possibly. Yeah.
And here's another great one. Smoked lemonade bourbon slush. Fantastic stuff.
So basically what we're getting at here is the ancillary stuff. It's a wide open variety of different things, and there's so much creativity involved, and we just can't wait to hear some of the stories and hear what some people made at these at the events coming up. Yeah,
that would be great. If people want to send in any clips or texts,
some pictures
of different things, we can put a little montage of ancillaries throughout this summit competition months. So that'd be great. Yeah, so glad you guys joined us this week. Glad you. Hopefully, you're interested in the ancillary cooks. We are very interested with them, and we're interested following them from the competitions that are happening now. So we'll keep peeking in and seeing what's going on. Charlie, what do you think about the new chairs in the studio?
I feel like I'm at the bar without the bar, but no, very, very, very nice.
Why didn't we think of a bar?
I thought you
James.
I thought you would shoot that down. I thought you would we'd get a little too comfortable, and I'd end up with my head down on it as usual.
We got to get Johnny Z down here and get a bar going.
Yeah, he's right. That's right up his alley.
Yeah, he would love that.
Z.
So thank you, folks, for being here in another week, and thank you for enjoying Wise Guys BBQ Podcast.
Oh, I got something. I'll tell you. I got something.
Oh yeah, what do you got?
We got a new thing coming up, and I'm not gonna divulge exactly what our new project.
Yeah, you've been working hard on this.
Kind of new old project, and it's going to involve some things that we had done in the past with some new stuff.
We're hitting the road.
We're going to hit the road, guys.
Hit the road, Jack.
Yep, you're going to be seeing some. Good restaurant reviews, some good barbecue reviews coming up in the future, and we're just putting the final touches on how we're going to do everything, and it's coming your way.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. It's going to be very exciting. So please remember to like and subscribe, share this video with a friend, a barbecue friend, hopefully. We're really enjoying the way we're kind of making this channel kind of fill out a little bit. So thanks for being here. Have a great week.
And I would like to welcome our new viewer, Charles Jones, who's recently turned on to the podcast. And Charles, we're glad to have you on. A guy I know from work very well.
Awesome.
And excited to have you. So get your friends watching, folks.
Take care. Have a good week.
Adios.